Hey, how are you doing with Challenger safety? This is tough work sometimes, isn't it? And I like to plug in some expanded versions of some of these practice activities to help you maybe choose something that becomes a little more intuitive than it is on paper. And that's what we're talking about here with number 27. Number 27 is protecting team from groupthink. And you may have some preconceived notion of what groupthink is. It's probably correct, but we never land on it to say, what do we want to do about it? What we're really talking about with groupthink is just our team members start thinking alike, right? We hire diversity, and all of a sudden, things start to meld closer and closer together. And this is symbolic, this is manifest in so many ways, right? We start to hear some of the same things. We even start to see people behave the same ways, use some of the same language. Conversation, disagreements, discord, it gets shorter and shorter and shorter, right? Um, the useful arguments and debate get friendlier and tighter and shorter, and that's what happens. And quite frankly, this is human nature, right? It's just easier to agree, and it's safer to follow, if you will. And at some point along the way, most of us have a concern that's cultivated, a concern to fit in. And that's why inclusion is so important. We don't want, when it gets to challenger safety, we don't want the feelings of the lack of inclusion to drive non-innovative behaviors, right? We don't want you to pursue fitting in because we want you to feel like inclusion is safe and secure. And so you're free to behave in the way you want, knowing it's good for the team. Hopefully that makes sense. And clearly, groupthink is a barrier to innovation, right? We've atrophied diversity, the very thing that we built here. And so it is a challenging thing. And you want to keep alert for it and watch for the signs of kind of the sliding slope of similarity and agreeability constantly rearing its head. Not to be confused with just discord and people's pursuit of wanting to be friendly, for sure. So what do we want to do about that? I love sometimes being the leader to kind of provoke and say something like, hey, I didn't sign you up all here to agree, or I don't want this to be an echo chamber. What's another way to think about this? Like that now becomes the task, not like we were talking about how quick can we come up with an agreeable solution. Now let's change the task up. I want to find another way to think about this. So put your agreeability down, scratch pads out, and let's go with option 2, option 3. Hopefully you have fun with that. Look forward to hearing your stories about challenger safety.